Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your April 2019 love reading. I did do general readings as well. Allow me just a moment to shuffle out your messages here. I feel that you guys are trying to remain strong at this time. I'm seeing that I'm getting a vision of I'm seeing someone like driving down the road, and the air is, so the window is down and the air is blowing in through the window, and I'm seeing someone's hair like whipping all over the place. And I feel that the person seems quite emotional, but it's not a overly emotional, where you're feeling down and out. It's more so, I'm getting like venting. I feel like you're reviewing something. You're replaying a series of events in your mind. And it's like you're trying to vent. I do feel some of you, you're shedding some tears here. And I feel that it's healthy. I feel that it's cleansing. It seems like there's some things that you have been repressing. I feel like there's something that you've been repressing here. And it's like you're reviewing these memories and you're trying to move on. It's not like a dwelling for the past. It's you're trying to get someone out of your system, so to speak. That's what I feel here. So we do have here the High Priestess. This is all about using your intuition, knowledge, wisdom. And I feel that, you do have two people showing up here. You have an earth sign, which would be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. And you have a water sign, which is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. Some of you have a decision to make between two people. And you're trying to gauge the long-term distance here. Some of you are waiting on someone. You're waiting to hear from them, waiting to see them. Waiting on a response. For some of you, this is a relationship that is hidden. Whether it's hidden because it's a third-party situation or whether it's just, hidden. Everyone has their own reasons, okay? It could be, like if you're moving on and you're starting your life all over, for example, you may be keeping it a secret from the other co-parent or from the ex, something like that. I don't feel it's third-party for all. I get more like, moving forward in secret. moving forward in secret because you don't want anyone to sabotage your plans. You do have some very positive energy. You have here the Two of Cups. This is all about a kindred soul connection. There's a very deeply rooted connection between these two people. Okay, and you also have the Sun. So, you know, there is happiness here. There is joy here. And I'm picking up like a bit of a mischievous type of feeling. It seems as though you're cleansing yourself of the past. You're cleansing yourself of something that you've gone through. As I said, this is all about repressing how you feel, holding your emotions back, holding your feelings back, keeping everything inside. That's what I'm getting here, where you've been keeping your feelings to yourself. You've been trying to, you know, stay strong. You have here showing up the King of Pentacles. So again, some of you may be involved with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is someone who's very solid, very generous. And they typically do quite well financially as well. And what I'm feeling here is, it seems like in the past, you have had a relationship that was quite solid and quite stable. But I feel that there were issues going on in this relationship, and it's like you just couldn't come to terms. I feel that you may have had things built up financially, but one partner may have always been withholding information. I also feel that someone may have had an issue with communicating. Like they dealt with repressing how they feel. And I feel like over time, that created a gap in between you and this person. It's like a rift was created due to someone keeping everything to themselves. And this could even be small things, you know, just very minor things. But in turn, it made the other person feel like they didn't really know who they were with. Like they didn't know them well. And, you know, that can throw someone for a loop, like if you've been with someone for quite some time. So I'm getting like going through the motions, doing what we're supposed to do, making sure everything looks good, for example, you know, especially if there's children or if you're a family unit. It's like you wanted to have it all. You wanted to have, you know, that appearance of that family, that appearance of that perfect relationship. But I feel that things, you know, they really weren't that way. And as I said, it does seem there was quite a bit, you know, quite a bit built up together financially. But I feel emotionally there's a distance here. And it may have created a wedge and allowed for a third party to come in for some of you, okay? For others, it just simply didn't work out, okay? It just didn't work out, and you're moving forward in secret, okay? With the Seven of Wands here, this is all about defending yourself. It's about standing up for yourself and, you know, really taking a stand for what you believe in. I'm getting that for some of you, I feel like someone they're making you an offer, and you're seeing it as something that can grow. This is definitely something that can grow. It can manifest. But it seems that it's almost like you're having to fight for it. You're having to fight for this new beginning. And I feel that you are willing to put up the fight because you know that you're going to be happier as a result. And more importantly, you're going to be more emotionally fulfilled. I feel that a lot of you have been lacking the emotional fulfillment in relationships. So no matter how good things were financially, no matter how good things looked on paper, no matter how good you looked, you know, in regards to social conformity, it seems that deep down within, emotionally, something was lacking. So I feel that you're looking into the future, and you know, you're really heavily thinking about starting all over. Those of you that have someone new in the picture, I do feel that this is a situation that can grow, okay? It's going to take time. With the page, you know, this is something, it's typically a small offer, okay? I feel that there needs to be more financial focus here. A lot of you are trying to move forward with someone new, and if there are children involved, It seems like, getting everything built up financially is going to be challenging, but you are willing to climb the uphill battle, so to speak. So you may be waiting on someone. This is all about waiting. Waiting to hear from someone, waiting to see someone, waiting on them to secure a strong financial foundation. For example, like if you're trying to combine household units, something like that. You have the Queen of Cups showing up here at the center of your spread. So this is, again, where you're going over those memories. You're replaying something in your head here, and I feel that you're heavily reflecting on your emotions, and it's kind of like it's decision time. I feel that you guys are trying to make a very big decisions, important decisions, and you do need to take your time. So this is you. This is indicating, be patient. Take your time. Keep a balance. This is, emotional balance. I do feel some of you are going through something where your emotional state, you're really trying to keep your head above water with your emotional self. I feel that there's a lot that you're keeping to yourself. It seems like that emotional support is lacking, and you need someone to vent to. You need someone to communicate with, and it seems like that's something that you've been without for quite some time. And I feel that now, the wheel is turning here and things are moving uphill. I feel like it's getting better for you. But, you still have things that you have to go through first. You still have things that you need to achieve. Those of you that have been waiting on someone, I feel like you've been waiting on them to mature, you've been waiting on them to grow up, or as I said, you've been waiting on them to build a stronger financial foundation so that you can come together as a unit. I definitely get that with some of you where you have someone promising, but more finances are going to be needed here in order to properly bring this together. So we have here the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. This does indicate, battling it out. So you're battling it out with someone. Some of you, you're having anxiety over this argument, over some things that you need to say. I feel that there's some things you need to say. There's some things you need to get off your chest. I'm definitely getting a feeling of competition here as well, but it's about drawing boundaries. You need to set your boundaries with someone, and I feel that you're having difficulty doing so, and usually that's not how you guys operate. So, there's a reason why. There's a reason why you're feeling this way. If you're dealing with someone who's trying to control you financially, for example, like where they're keeping all the money to themselves and, they're handling everything, it's like they're trying to keep you on a chain, keep you on a leash by controlling the money. And I feel that you may be slowly trying to, stash money away, build money up so that you can escape from this. I'm definitely getting that. Going back to that moving forward in secret, I feel like you're trying to put money away. You're trying to grow money. Someone is controlling your finances. So, you may be feeling this anxiety over, it's like you're not wanting to argue. I feel like you don't want to. If you have to, you will. But it seems that you don't want to. I feel that you've already decided that you're ready to throw the towel in on a particular relationship. And, you may be keeping this to yourself, as I said. But you feel argumentative and you feel on the defense. So this is about rebuilding, reassessment, and revising your energy, okay? This is very often where we're starting from the ground up and we're building all over again. You do have here showing up the Page of Cups as well. So again, water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Showing up as the Page, this is typically where someone is expressing how they feel to you. There are emotions here, okay? there are definitely emotions here. But, you know, as I said, it's something new. And it seems like, you know, it's going to take time to grow. It's going to take time to build financially. It's going to take time to get acquainted with a new person. I feel a lot of you are starting all over new. And it's like you're rebuilding your life. You're starting all over. And it's a beautiful thing. Here you have the Ace of Cups. So again, you know, new love. New love. I feel like there's a chance of renewal here, but for the majority, I feel like this is a new relationship, and I feel that you're keeping it to yourself for whatever your reasons are. It's like if you keep it to yourself, no one can sabotage it. That's the kind of feeling that I'm picking up, and it does seem that you know, yeah, so finances is what's lacking. So you're trying to put away finances, or they're trying to put away finances, or, you know, as I said, both of you together. This may be a joint effort where both of you are working towards this. The Five of Pentacles is where, you know, we're lacking in finances, okay? We're lacking in finances, and this, you know, this can make you feel very overwhelmed. So even though things are going quite well in the love area, some of you are struggling financially, and you're not certain. It's like, well, how is this ever going to work out if we can't bring it together financially? I feel like there's some frustration surrounding this. Some of you are very much in love with someone, but you're not able to solidify the relationship yet because you don't have those finances together. And as I said, those of you where you're already connected somewhere else, I feel like this person is controlling the money, okay? So this is definitely, that may be, you know, the anxiety, what you guys are worried about, where you're thinking, you know, how is this ever going to come together? And here you are showing up as the Page. Showing up like this, you know, this is indicating a flirtatious behavior, a more fun, energetic, outgoing type of feeling. And when you're coming up here with the Six of Coins, so someone is making you an offer. This is all about compromise. You do have an offer coming in here. Someone is reaching out. Someone is willing to compromise. They're trying to build with you. They're trying to grow with you. And I feel that this is something you're very much excited about. But there is a little bit of, you know, wanting to go out and have a good time and not focus on any responsibilities. I feel like many of you really need a break. It's like you really need a break at this time. I feel that with the Lovers here, this is where, you know, again, there are two people who are very connected here. There's a very strong connection going on here. But the finances have to be built up, okay? And those of you where you're wanting to remain single, I feel that, you know, you may be involved with more than one person. And this is something that you want to be careful of as well, okay? Because I feel that someone here is withholding. They're withholding information. They're withholding that they're involved with someone. You know, if someone's involved with you and it's a friends with benefits situation, you know, it's safe to say that they could have this with someone else too. That's what I feel is going on with some of you. This is all about strength and courage, okay? And you also have here the Three of Cups. So there is celebration here, group gatherings, parties. This is all about socializing, getting out and about. Some of you, you know, it's like you're finally getting back out there. And you're trying to learn, you're trying to think, like those of you where you haven't been single in quite some time, you're like, what do I do? I feel like there's a, what do I do with myself? How do I act? I haven't been single in so long that, you know, I kind of forgot, like, how to do the meet and greet, how to do the dating scene again. That's what I feel. You're out on the dating scene again, okay? Even those of you, like the ones that are waiting to build something with someone and you're needing more finances, it's like in the meantime, you're still keeping your options open, or, you know, they are. You can't stay just secluded and locked away. You know, you can't do that. So I feel like you're still out and about here, and you're still meeting other people and getting acquainted and forming connections with other people. And it feels very positive. I just feel like there's some confusion around, well, what do I do? How do I act? You know, your social interaction with other people. Some of you guys, you know, you were in this relationship for quite some time. And, you know, sometimes it's hard for us to find ourselves again after going through the ending of a very long-term relationship. And that's what I get here with some of you guys. So it's like you're trying to be strong. You know, going back to that image that I was getting in the beginning, you're trying to be strong, and, you know, you're letting all of the emotions out, but I don't feel that you're showing it outwardly. It's something that you're keeping inside, and it's something that you're doing alone. As I said, you know, riding around in the car with your music up, venting. It seems like you're trying to get it all out, okay? And it does feel very new, very fresh. And I feel like it's very positive. This is something that you've needed to break out of for quite some time. So it seems that you're getting out of your shell here. And any new person that crosses your path, I feel that there's like an instantaneous, strong connection going on here. You know, just be careful, because there can be the possibility, of course, for them to already be attached. But I feel that this is, you know, these are lessons learned. These are things you've already learned, things you've already been through. You're coming up, you know, this is someone who has a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of inner wisdom here. So it seems that there's been a lot of lessons learned, and I feel that they haven't been learned easily. You know, they have not been learned. It's like you've had to learn a lot of things the hard way. And even though it's going to be more difficult on you financially, to start all over, I feel that you're still willing to do it, because, as I said, you need that emotional support more than you've been willing to acknowledge it. I feel that you've felt this way for quite some time, but you haven't been willing to acknowledge it. You don't want to show it outwardly. You don't want to talk about it. It's like there's been a lot repressed here. So, you know, you're trying to be strong. You're trying to find that deep inner courage within yourself. And the purple here is all about wisdom, and it's all about intuition. So I feel that this is something that you're relying on, especially when it comes to meeting new people. If you're doing any social, like online dating, that type of thing, I feel that you're ahead of the game a little bit, so to speak, because you have so much wisdom under your belt. So it seems that there are a lot of changes here. And, you know, you're trying to be brave. That's what I pick up. You're trying to be brave, and, you know, you're trying to put your best foot forward. And, you know, I feel like there's new social circles here. Like those of you involved with someone new, you know, you're getting acquainted with their friends. You're mixing and mingling with their environment. And there's a little bit of mix-up over, you know, well, it's just so new and I don't know these people. And, of course, I want to put my best foot forward, and, you know, I want to make a good appearance. I want to make a good impression. And I feel that you are. I feel that you are doing so. It's just taking, like, some of you feel like you're putting on an act, and I don't mean it in like a conniving way. I mean, you're going through a lot on the inside, but, you know, by people meeting you, they would never know it. They would never guess it. They would never know what was going on, what was bubbling underneath the surface. Some of you are in a long-term committed relationship, and these are feelings that you're struggling with. Where, you know, you're wanting your freedom again, you're wanting your independence again, you're wanting to start all over, and, you know, it's like something that you're having to deal with. I do pick up, but some of you have a controlling partner, as I said, where they're controlling you financially, or I feel like they're just very stern, is what it seems like. And this has affected you. This is something that has affected you. And I feel like, you know, the only thing with this Page of Wands is this can be someone who has somewhat of a wandering eye, somewhat of a, you know, mischievous spark. And I feel that this is something that you're battling deep down. You know, like, it's kind of like when something has been repressed or held back, when someone has been restricted for a very long time. Well, sometimes the outcome result is, you know, them feeling like they want to be rebellious. They want to show out. You know, they want to, it's like the teenager and the parent, you know, where they're wanting to get back at someone. So this is something to be careful of, because I feel that you do have enlightenment. You've learned a lot along your path, along your journey. And it's requiring that you keep the lessons learned, and, you know, keep the lessons learned and keep your integrity here. Because I feel that, you know, someone is trying to bring out the worst in you. And you owe it to yourself to be better, to you know, all the lessons that you've acquired, for example. I hope that that makes sense. But I feel like you have a new love interest here that is quite promising. I feel that there's an instant connection here. And I feel that you're getting yourself out of any negative connections. So it looks very positive, Sagittarius. You know, I feel that you're letting your emotions flow, and anything you've been holding back, you're getting that out. And it's going to be very healthy and very beneficial for you. So I hope you guys have a good month, and I will see you in May.